Happy Stranger Things Day, my fellow strangers. This is Mrs. Strange, and on today's episode for Stranger Universe, I will talk about the episode titles for Stranger Things 5. Before we start, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more episodes from Stranger Universe. Turn on your notifications to never miss another episode again. Follow us on our social media platforms to stay updated with Mrs. Strange and the Stranger Universe family every day. And now, let us begin. Today is Stranger Things Day, the annual celebration of the Netflix series held every year on November 6th, the day Will Byers went missing in the show's first episode. To commemorate this great franchise as it heads into the final season, Netflix has officially announced the episode titles for Stranger Things 5. And long story short, this is a trip down memory lane for some of us who have been following spoilers all year. The leaks from early this spring were absolutely real, even going as far as covering up the full title for episode 2. With all of that said, let's break down all the episode titles. The first episode of season 5 is named The Crawl, and for years now since its initial reveal, we've been speculating on how it could be related to monsters crawling out of the portals or other strange phenomena from the upside down. But the title in Spanish can be translated to The Mission, which makes me wonder if the titular crawl is nothing more than a strategy that our gang comes up with in the opening minutes of Season 5, which are said to pick up right after the events of Season 4, and before the time jump. Episode 2 is currently titled The Vanishing of Blank, and if you kept up with leaks on this channel, you'd know exactly which character will go missing. It's Holly Wheeler, with Nell Fisher taking over the role that the Price twins played in the previous 4 seasons. Set photos have revealed that Vecna seems to be focused on Holly for unspecified reasons. This title is a complete throwback to The Vanishing of Will Byers, the pilot episode of the series. The idea that Holly becomes the new Will in terms of becoming a catalyst for the story is something that really excites me, especially with all of the callbacks to Season 1 that Season 5 seems to have. Some people have speculated that Karen or Nancy could be the names in the blank of the title, but everything based on leaks as of late seems to be pointing at the disappearance of Holly Wheeler and other little kids. Episode 3 is called The Turnbo Trap, which was another title that was leaked earlier this year. Fans have pointed out the real estate billboard in Ross Duffer's photo dump from March 15th. The billboard says Turnbo, Land Development and Reality. Maybe this real estate agency is brought to Hawkins after the earthquake from 1986 broke the town apart. Maybe this is a government scheme for civilians to not speak out about what's really happening in Hawkins. Some sort of trap for people in Hawkins. Sorcerer seems pretty simple. It's referring to a character of great power. My immediate assumption was Vecna, but several fans believe that it's hinting at Will Byers getting powers. After all, he is Will the Wise, the cleric of the party. Seeing how this is episode 4, maybe this will be a turning point in the plot of season 5. Could we see a fight between Will and Vecna, the two characters with several similarities that happen to be referred as wizards throughout the course of the show? We shall see. Jock is apparently a term for an offensive radio DJ, and considering the role that radios have in Stranger Things season 5, maybe it could have something to do with the WSQK station. Maybe the titular character is referring to Murray, who does come off as blunt and rude, unless it's hinting at a new character that will be a radio DJ in Hawkins. Episode 6 is called Escape from Kamots, which is said to be the episode that Sean Levy is directing in season 5. The title could be a nod to A Wrinkle in Time, which is confirmed to be somehow connected to the story of season 5. The Duffer brothers have shared pictures of this novel twice in the past, so even if this title and the others end up being fake, the idea of Kamots being involved cannot be ruled out. In the book, it's the name of a planet on which its inhabitants are controlled by a dark entity. With that said, the planet shares its name with an ancient Mayan god known as the Death Bat. Stranger Things 4 had several bats surrounding Vecna, and how could we forget that Eddie died thanks to bats? Lots of fans have wondered if this title is referring to Eddie's possible resurrection as Cos the Vampire, and while I believe Joseph Quinn will be back in some capacity, I don't think this title is referring to that. Kamots could also refer to a giant demobat creature that Vecna summons in Stranger Things 5. Maybe it's the creature that Nancy saw in her vision. Our 7th episode is called The Bridge, which immediately makes me think about the yellow archgate that is stationed inside of the military base in downtown Hawkins. My guess is this bridge will be the gateway to the Upside Down, at the midpoint of the 4 portals from Season 4. They converged right here at the library in downtown, and set photos have revealed that this area will be an important setting for Season 5. Maybe it will be where the final battle takes place? And lastly, we have the series finale episode, which will be called The Right Side Up. It is a beautifully epic title that hints at the idea of the Upside Down finally being destroyed for good and restoring our world back to peace and freedom from the evils of the hellish dimension. This entire show has taken a huge portion of our lives, and the final episode will be an emotional moment for all of us watching it since the very beginning. This title definitely confirms what the cast members have been hinting at, that the ending will be bittersweet. I am looking forward to crying a lot when Stranger Things 5 finally comes out. The setting is indeed the fall of 1987, putting Season 5 at a year and a half after Season 4, but the release date is simply 2025. There's no hint at the time frame of arrival for the final season. So I will make my own final prediction that Volume 1 will be released a year from now in November, right around Thanksgiving weekend. Volume 2 will follow a month later on Christmas, positioning Stranger Things 5 as the big holiday title for Netflix. We will see if this prediction ends up becoming true, but in the meantime, one last adventure begins. Overall, very strange times. And that is all that we have for today. What are your thoughts and theories on the episode titles for Stranger Things Season 5? Today's special shout-out is for Speedmaster. To get a chance at becoming our next special Stranger Universe shout-out, type it down in the comments section below. Turn on your notifications to never miss another Stranger Universe episode like this one. Join us on our episode premieres to interact with Mrs. Strange and other members of the Stranger Universe family. Thank you all for watching. I am Mrs. Strange, and this is Stranger Universe. Over and out.